Hey guys, Kai from Kazuta Corner here, and this chapter for Yui Kamio Lets Loose was kind of interesting but kind of confusing as well. And we'll talk more about that once we hit the intro after the intro portion of this video, and I'll delve more into it, because it seems to me like it's one of those that seems to be where's this going type of thing. But anyway, I'll discuss more with it later on. Definitely when it comes to, without further ado, hit the intro. Okay, so this chapter 16, I believe, of Yui Kamio Lets Loose, is a very interesting chapter. So let me just bring up the chapter page number so I can definitely refresh myself what chapter we're on. And yep, Yui Kamio, yep, it is chapter 16. And where did chapter 15 end? It introduces the next villain, I'll say next antagonist at the end of chapter 15, and then it opens up, like after that reveal, it opens up back that everything was fine from the last chapter and nothing happened, and then suddenly the character of Honoka just suddenly appeared as a new transfer student, and that's pretty much what actually happens. And I'm going to turn off this fan because I think that's going to... And that's pretty much what happens, and I don't know why, but at the same time, it's one of those type of characteristics that really do interest me. She explains to Yui more about the cards that help her decide what is actually going on, and that's is pretty much what is needed here. Oh, yeah. So I've been delving right into this chapter, wondering where it's going and wondering what it was, because the chapter was interesting by far. We get interested to this new character that appeared at the end, but it doesn't appear how she looked at the end of the chapter. There's more to it, most likely, when this mini arc continues. And it really does make it curious for where this is going. At the same time, I've always been curious about what's going to happen. Where's this story heading? Because of Yui Kamio Lets Loose, she has two personalities. Yui in white and Yui in black. Yui in black is like the punk type, bad girl type character, while Yui in white is like the goody two shoes, airheads, but good at everything type, popular type character, and everything, and they decided to incorporate both of those into one character. Well, one, that is a brilliant way to introduce a character I've always loved, and two, I'm glad they're building up her character a lot with this as well, and I cannot wait to see where it goes, and stuff like that. Also, makes me curious about where this is going, because like I said, we have this new character introduced at the end of chapter 16, well no, 15, and it just makes me wonder where is it going. So yeah, we ended up going into chapter 16. Really does open up straight into a doll shop. Like, some of her friends just go into a doll shop, they find a creepy doll that suddenly has a broken eye, and that doll just slits one of the characters' eyes, one of the classmates of Yui's eyes, and then it just cuts to where she's wearing an eye patch because of the eye cut that she's got, and she says that it's not, that she found a weird shop that they were thinking about taking Yui to, and then decided they're not going to take her there. Well, I think is a really interesting take, because it really does show everything that's going on. And Yui's wondering why Kito's there, because they're in different classes. classes, and he's there to just keep an eye on Yui just in case something bad happened. And we then get introduced to the character we see at the end of chapter 15, Honoka Awadama, yeah, and everything. And she looks completely different to what we saw at the end of the last chapter. Completely looks like it looks beautiful in character designs only and in concepts, and that is what amazes me the most, is how concept of it looks, and it just amazes me just how much they've really thought about this character. And there she goes, getting very close to Yui, and they then discuss a little bit more, and they explain that these fortune teller cards Yui mentioned with the monk, and Honoka mentions, oh, the oracle cards, and it continues on like that, and it just, where she then does her own prediction, explaining each card type that it is, and that is really where it begins, and it just really shows how much it has gone. And then they go into the bathrooms alone to discuss a little bit more. And Yui really wondering. Then that creepy doll that we saw at the beginning of this chapter shows up, popping its head through the window of the bathroom. And she's wondering, keeps on. She then says, I'm going to go back to the classroom. Back to the classroom, and she goes, alright. And we keep on seeing the doll like creeping up, and then the eye cracks in the exact same area where we saw in the first chapter, and the weird like tentacle things at the end as well. And then Honoka then shows up going, this was meant to be her. Yui then's going, saying it was okay, but those dolls from, and then she knows, saying that they were after her. Let me tell you what a girl should know. And the doll just suddenly appears. Yui screams. And then we see on. And then we get Honoka's true characteristics show at the end of the character. Even though she doesn't look like how she does at the beginning of, or the ending of chapter 15, chapter 16 just starts to show what her real intentions are, and telling Yui about how these work and everything like that. So, yet again, this chapter was really interesting. A bit confusing at first, because it done a sudden jump of how chapter 15 ended, with a couple of with how some of the stuff at the end of chapter 15 didn't really resolve anything, or didn't transition over to this chapter, which just starts off fresh again. Keeping that off, because that's making me tired. But it continues the transition of introducing the character that we saw at the end of chapter 15, and then building up the arc that this has gone in. I don't know if this has started several arcs yet, or they've done several sub-mini arcs within this manga, and they haven't got a big major arc yet, but I can really do feel like we're going into a major arc soon for this series, and I can't wait to ponder into that and delve into that as much as possible, as a lot of other people might have already. So yet again, I really enjoyed this. The art was stunning for this chapter, really beautifully done, and it just looked amazing, really amazing. If you like this, if you like me reviewing this series and you want to check it out for yourself, then download the Weekly Shonen Jump app on iOS and the Google Play Store, because that is available on there, and then you can then read it for free. The newest chapters free every evening on Sundays, or you can then also subscribe for it for $1.99 a month with a new chapter every day. Reading that. Also, there is also the Weekly Shonen Jump Plus app. That is an ad provided app that is owned by Shueisha and also does the English translation manga chapters as well. And you guys can also check out there. I don't know if they keep all the chapters that are there for free to read with ad support on Jump Plus, but you can go and have a look and download it as well on the iOS and App Store. This ain't sponsored by them, by the way. I'm just promoting a way you can read it legally. But then there are the usual places where you can go online to read the manga chapters if these apps aren't available in your countries. But other than that, comment down below in the comment boxes down below. Get a thread just going. Tell me your thoughts about this chapter. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Like it down in the comment sections down below, and I'll keep on going with this as well. I've got another review planned as well, and I'm going to get this one edited and uploaded straight away for you guys. But also, in the description box, if you click on the description box, the links to my Patreon, links to my Ko-fi are down there as well, and my Twitter and Facebook fan page are also down there as well. So you guys can also check that out as well, as much as you can and much as possible. But other than that, that is everything for this chapter of Yui Kamio Lets Loose, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying me reviewing this series as much as I've been enjoying recording them. But I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. See ya.